Hello, Facebook. This has been Kreger, co-creator of the Black Suit of Death, and I had been talking about doing a little live event. It's not terribly exciting. Hopefully, I won't bore you too much. So we're finally getting the Black Suit of Death comic book shipped out. We've had a couple shipments so far, and I'm working on another one. And so I'm going to go over our workspace, but I thought it might be fun to take a look at my home office first. Artists get to show you their drawings and live events, and well, us writers aren't quite as exciting. So this is kind of my showing you what a writer, publisher kind of person or whatever I am, where he works. So I'm going to spin the camera around here for a second because there's people in the house that don't want to be on video, and let's see if I can spin the camera around. Okay, so right now you're seeing my front room closet. I'm gonna go around the door because I don't want to show you how disastrous the kitchen is. Alright, so yesterday I crawled into my storage shed and pulled out this really long black table that when I did have an office outside of the house, this was my crafting table, my work table, or just kind of sometimes became a catch-all. So this is where I've been packing stuff. So first, this box labeled Fox Blue, because that's the printer that I use for prints. This has a secret in it that'll end up in every one of these packages. And then of course over here is the prints. And okay, I've just been informed by my child that it's time to switch movies. Anyways, so here you can see that I've ran out of packing tape, so that's on my shopping list for tomorrow. And real quick, just thought I'd show you some of the Black Suit of Death books here. So here you have the first color version, which is edition 3, the first version of the sketchbook. And then of course the higher levels of the higher level backers will be getting Black Suit of Death March sketchbook, which is kind of a second edition of the sketchbook. It's a little cleaner. I like it a lot better. Then of course March 4th edition, which some of you will be getting. And then Black Suit of Death #1, the one that you guys backed and helped create with your financial support, which we're very, very grateful for. Here is all the books that'll be shipping out soon. So as you can see, I still have quite a bit of work ahead of me. I'm going to show you guys the bookmarks here. So I ended up choosing double-sided as a bit more cost-effective, and I don't know, I like it better. So as you can see, we used some of the promotional art for the bookmarks, and using the Death Becomes Us All tagline that we've used in most of our advertising for Black Suit of Death #1. And then over here is some of all those shippers. Now I chose to go with blank white ones as opposed to the post office priority mail type stuff, just because it seemed more cost effective, and the priority mail actually doesn't limit you. You have to ship priority mail unless I'm completely wrong on that. But yeah, we use staples, so you can't see. And this box, so these are the proofs that we got from Greco Printing, and so they're in here, as well as the scripts that I'm getting ready to send to Edward to get signed, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. And here are a couple things I've recently got just by going to see a movie. I have an idea of maybe doing something similar as a like a production card or something for the comic book, just kind of as a giveaway or extra promotional item. You guys can tell me what you think about that. And I'm gonna make you guys look at my nice clean floor. Well, it's not really clean, I just swept. Over here is so this is my art drawers. I'm attempting to be organized, so I thought it'd be fun to show you guys all this crap. Where is it? This is my favorite drawer. So we got backboards, bags, and issues of my comics. So like if I need to refer to a previous issue, I can just open this drawer and check it out. And then of course this is the first book we ever printed, the Little Lincoln mini comic, which was given away at Phoenix Comic-Con back in, I want to say it was 2010. Edward, I think, put those on the free table, or I don't know, I might be getting my history messed up. So these are books that I'm reading in progress. I'm on Saga right now, as far as graphic novels go, then I'll go to Welcome Back. This is something that I'm working on for my town. We have a fireworks special called, or celebration on the 4th of July called Western Days, and so that's some of my graphic design work. And then of course I'm always educating myself on this little job I do. And then my famous wall of comics. Now again, this is less vanity for me. I mean, it obviously appears vanity, and I'm sure it definitely feeds my ego a little bit. But I put all these books up here as a reminder that even though I feel like a slacker often, I have actually accomplished quite a bit, I think, in the last few years. So this is just a gentle reminder when I get really depressed and upset that the project's not going my way. I can just look up at this wall and go, oh, I've fucking done this before. Anyways, this is my drawing area where if I do hand drawing, which I don't do too often because I tend to do graphic design on my computer, which is over here. And that's a lovely gift from my little brother, which I thought was cool. So this is where I do most of my writing. My wife is actually using the desk right now for her work, so she scooted out of the way. She doesn't like videos or pictures. And then this lovely mess is my old desk. You can hear her wheeling the chair back to the computer. So this is where I wrote a lot of books, including the first couple drafts of Black Suit of Death #1, before I got the nice fancy glass desk. So it's a fun little corner desk, and right now it is serving its purpose as a catch-all. I've decorated it with stickers of things that I like Absolutely No Jabs is from Axe Cop, if you're familiar with that. And of course I was in the National Guard, so I got a cool little sticker there. That guy right there, that's Minet Man. He is a mascot that I designed for my local cable company, Minet. And then Curate Ibsen, one of my favorite web comics, and through which I discovered Dexter Wee. Go to curateibsen.com, check it out, it's free to read. And then of course Catbeard, another one of my favorite web comics that I've gotten hard copies through Kickstarter from the creator. Baymax is over there, and of course most of you know as a Bernie supporter, still am. This is a fun collection. I need to find a better place for it. So these are all badges and whatnot from Comic Cons. I also like to collect pens, obviously, when I'm walking around the con floor. Oh, so some of you guys know about this if you watched on my personal page on inauguration night. When I was in the Army National Guard, I did a tour over in Kirkuk, Iraq, and at the end of the tour, we were given single barrel malts. This, I don't know if you can read this. So it's specially selected for my battalion, especially made for us, and we got a cool little plaque. So that sits up there. I like horses, but I'm very picky about which ones I actually buy. These were... I painted these. I'm such a great artist, aren't I? At one of those ceramic paint-it-yourself places. And then, of course, my wife got this for me for my birthday. It's right. It's, you know...
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, she's correcting me. You know, every now and then I need to remember that I'm a writer, believe it or not. And this is a nice little inspirational poster, and yes, I buy into those inspirational posters, leave me alone. I don't have the kitty one hang on there, but I kind of want it. This is artwork that my daughter, my youngest daughter, made at her mother's, grandmother's glass shop. She also does some clay stuff, and then I got random stuff. My son's piggy bank, Superman piggy bank, my younger son's piggy bank. And, oh, this is kind of cool, so I'll go ahead and show you. So, first, this is groovy, it needs to go back on the wall. My eldest daughter got it for me because she knows I like horror films. And then, of course, this Superman picture. So, to date, I've met two actors who have played Superman. Dean Cain and Brandon Routh, and Brandon Routh was at Rose City Comic Con a couple years ago, and I got in line. Didn't have money for a picture, but you know, I thought, heck, this is my chance to meet one of the Supermans, and so I got in line and talked to him, and you know, I told him the embarrassing story I have about meeting Dean Cain and how I dropped the camera several times and trying to get a picture with him because I was really starstruck, and looking back, it's very silly, but you know, whatever. And I met Dean Cain over in Kirkuk, and he goes, "Really? You're a soldier?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm a veteran," and stuff like this. And he grabbed one of these pictures and signed it for me and gave it to me. And I don't know if I if I should share that, because now veterans are going to go up to him and say, "Hey, I want a free picture." Anyways, I thought it was really cool of him and very generous. And that really needs to find itself a frame. And then one of my bookshelves, so I actually have a home library of about 6 bookshelves. Because of the size of our house and the size of our family, most of these bookshelves and books are in storage right now. So these are kind of my, the ones I feel I can't live without. Especially this shelf here. A lot of these books I've read to educate myself on how to do the job I'm currently doing, writing comics, publishing comics, graphic design, whatnot. And the last thing before I'll stop boring you guys, so I was in storage the other day, and you know, getting that table, and oh, I can't find the head of this. So as you know, and as the Kickstarter backers will soon get to see, is the Black Suit of Death was once a movie. And so this thing I'm fighting with right now is actually the original movie cloak, which I believe it was made by Edward's mother for Halloween a long, long time ago. And these things kind of just always... I got a lot of things from my friends in storage. The Black Suit of Death is just one amongst many. So I pulled it out because I'm considering investing in a cheap, what do you call them, mannequins or something, and bringing the original suit to cons or something as kind of just something to display. So the original Black Suit of Death, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is probably somewhere around 20-25 years old. Still in really good shape. Thanks, George. I am messy. This is actually a really clean room. You should have seen it an hour ago. I was still working on it. Anyways, I'll switch back to my ugly mug here. Alright, guys. So, there wasn't much warning, or I didn't announce this very long ago, so I'm not surprised that not many people showed up for the actual live part, but that's fine. It'll be on Facebook and YouTube for you guys to watch. Before I go, the shirt I chose to wear today is Blood and Gourd, which I was lucky enough to actually get a little bit of work done now. Here, it's up on my wall. So Blood and Gourd number 2 is the book I got to work on, and what I did on it is as just the chapter title design, and that's it. So don't get too excited about me working on that particular book, but it's an awesome comic. I highly recommend it. It's by Dead Peasant. I believe their website is deadpeasant.com. But one thing that you'll hear from a lot of indie comic creators like me and others is that we don't necessarily see our brothers in the indie comic world as competition, more as, well, like I said, brothers and sisters and whatnot. We're all in this together. We're all just making comics because we love the medium so much. We love storytelling and telling it through sequential art and whatnot. And we do our best to support each other, which I think is really awesome. Also because a lot of us comic creators are, obviously geeks, and we struggle with getting bullied in high school and whatnot. And believe it or not, that 20 years later it can still rattle around in your head. So what's really awesome about the indie comic community, and something that I really, really like and love being a part of, is that we treat each other with respect. We help each other out. We teach each other, what we know in what areas. And there's a lot of great people in the comic community. And I think you should seek them out and make friends with them. And feel free to ask me advice. I do what I can. I don't know everything. Obviously, I'm still learning. I'm mostly self-taught. Though I do have a handful of people who have mentored me and helped me along the way. And it's just one of those industries where there's always more and more to learn. And, you keep working on your craft and making it as good as you can. And hope other people like it too, I guess. I feel pretty lucky that so many of us supported us, me and Ed, and Dexter and Brian, to help create Blacks to Death number 1. Oh! Picking up my sleepyhead. And so this is also a chance for me to say thank you to our backers. And I'm working on getting all those books out to you guys. So with any luck, all this shipping will be done by April, if not sooner. The sign stuff is turning out to be a really interesting challenge, getting it to everybody across the world to get signed. But we'll get it done, and I'm really grateful for your patience and continued support. And I don't know, I guess that'll be it. This has been kind of fun. So this is my workspace. This is where I do what I do. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.